much should your skincare routine really cost you? What is the actual value of what's in your products? It is amazing how marked up products are. And as I educate myself in skincare and as I learn a little bit more, it's amazing to me how much stuff is fluff and kind of how cosmetic companies actually work, make their money, and charge you a pretty penny. In today's video, I want to share what I've been learning over the past 3 years or so, especially like hardcore in the last 6 months. I want to talk about how cosmetic companies work, what their markups actually are, why they mark up those actual prices, what the actual value is in your skincare, and what you should honestly expect to pay. Today, we're gonna talk about how much you should actually be spending on your skincare routine and the business, economic, and financial reasons why. Ooh, scandalous, I love it. Sephora has also been really shook and kind of quaking recently because a couple of skincare companies have introduced products to the market that don't have all that fluff, and it's really switching up the skincare world. And this happened again this week. It's from Olay or Ole Henriksen. The way they're cutting out the fluff and the way it's kind of going down in the DMs. Well, technically not the DMs, technically in the bathroom, but going down in the bathroom just doesn't sound right. But seeing Ole Henriksen launch this product at the price that they did, when you still have other companies that are charging $110, $100 that have ingredients that don't even match up to what the lesser expensive ones do, it started to make me really want to sit down, compile what I already know, learn a couple new things, and just kind of get it out there so that you actually know where your money is going. What is the actual cost of just the ingredients within a product? How much does the actual base cost? I'm gonna give it to you straight. Well, as straight as I can. Cosmetic companies mark up their products quite a bit to cover the cost of ingredients, packaging, and all of these other things. Now, let's actually take a vote. There's a little drop down here, and I want you to click an answer. It's a little pop quiz time. How much do you think a cosmetic company has to pay for the actual just skincare portion? And how much do you think they have to mark up to break even on things like the cost of producing the skincare, the cost of the packaging, etc.? Do you think it is equal to the actual price of just the formula? Do you think it's 10 times more? Do you think it's 50 times more or 100 times more? Well, guess what? The average cosmetic company has to mark up 10 times the amount just to break even, meaning paying to get the ingredients sourced and all in one place, paying to mix them together, paying the chemists for their time, paying for the packaging, paying for the branding on the packaging, paying for the cost of distribution, the shipping, the handling, getting it into stores, the marketing meetings, the time that all of the employees have to work on it, paying for the lighting in the room that they're all working in. The very bare minimum is about 10 times. And that's not even making money at this point. When a company wants to make money, for instance, they want to be a sustainable business, or they want to take the money that they earn from that product and use it to create new products and actually give their employees benefits, they have to mark it up even more. But most of the time, the actual ingredients in the product are less than $10. That's right. Your super expensive $400 eye cream, probably the raw ingredients are less than 10 bucks. The stuff that you get at the drugstore for $4.99 on sale, the actual ingredients probably only cost a couple cents to make. But in order to pay for everything else that goes into a skincare product and brand, they have to mark it up. So let's think about that. In order to create a finished product that you hold in your hand, you first gotta start with a room of scientists. You gotta think, you gotta ideate, you gotta pay to make sure the lights are on. You gotta make sure that those people are paid for their time and their brain power. Then once you've got some ingredients, you have to source them. If you're being cheap and shady, you're gonna go to some low-end manufacturers, you're gonna get some crappy ingredients, you might get some synthetic knockoff stuff, you might get stuff that doesn't even pass quality check. Just saying. and mix it all together. If they're a reputable skincare brand, they're probably digging in a lot deeper. They're looking for pure ingredients, they're looking for sourcing, they're looking to make sure that they're chemically stabilized, they're actually paying to ship them from other countries or sources. Sometimes chemicals such as glycolic acid, which is great for your skin, has to be shipped with a hazardous material certification, meaning that it's got to get through customs, you've got to pay for that. That stuff is heavy and it costs a lot of money to ship by weight. So then once they have them all in the same room, they gotta mix them all together. They either have to pay a manufacturer who has these big machines or buy machines themselves, mix them together, and then they gotta test them. You gotta make sure this stuff actually works. You have to pay people to be able to put it on their skin and take before and after photos. You have to actually put it in a stabilizing chamber and test it over time and synthesized time to make sure that it holds up. You gotta make sure that this is safe, healthy, and actually effective. And once you've gone through that testing for a good 6 months to a year of time and resources, then you gotta think about packaging. Well, what kind of bottle are you gonna put it in? Is it gonna have something holographic on it? Is it going to be smooth or not? What does the branding look like? Do you have to pay money to create a logo? Do you have to create some sort of new packaging or some sort of new graphic art to do this? Then you gotta think about your website, your fulfillment center. Where are you gonna store all of this stuff before it gets shipped? And then, how are you actually gonna sell it? Are you gonna put it into Sephora? Because if so, you need to take marketing meetings. Are you just gonna sell it online? Because if so, you need a website and you also need to be certified to sell online. Then who's gonna actually package up the boxes and ship them? And what kind of boxes are you gonna use? And what secondary packaging is the box gonna look like? And you've gotta have someone who's gonna proofread and check and double check all of this to make sure that you're actually putting out a safe, reputable product. Then you gotta pay for marketing. If you want a billboard, if you want magazine ads, if you want TV commercials or a celebrity, you've gotta pay big bucks to get that into their hands. And so now, as you can see, along with paying the lighting bills and God forbid, taking an employee out to lunch, you've got yourself a pretty penny. And if you think about that, companies also have to earn money. Just because it costs that much to get it into your hands, they also want to be a profitable and sustainable business. And this is often where branding comes in. This is where companies really start to mark up and start to get a little dishonest and charge you a little too much. They decide that if it actually costs them a good 45 bucks to make this entire bottle, the marketing, everything in it, they're gonna charge you 110 or even 200 so that they can make an extra buck. The CEO wants to own a second yacht. Okay. Or the company just wants to be profitable and sustainable so that the money that they get from selling product A can be used to fund and be put back into the business to create product B and C, etc. Ugh, I forgot customer service. Don't even get me started on customer service. But the branding is where a lot of the inflation happens. Know that if you're paying 450 bucks, the product cost of getting all that sourced and even the marketing and the packaging might be 50 to 70 bucks. It's not actually worth that much money, but you're paying a lot for a brand. And if you're buying something cheap, just know that you're paying for a lot of fillers. But depending on branding, companies can do that. If a company has pretty basic packaging, they're probably trying to make things affordable for you. But if something has like a really intricate design and it's like diamond shape and it lights up when you use it, or like it comes with like a really fancy spatula or like a crystal under eye roller built in, obviously that is kind of playing along with this idea that it's a luxury product that you would want to pay more for. And again, no harm, no foul in doing that. Pay for what you want to pay for, it's your money. But I just think that you should know what's actually available, especially at lower prices, and where that point of a good value versus a ripoff comes in. Because some products get way too cheap. And as they get super cheap, so does the quality of the ingredients. So let's get down to the actual question. How much should you pay for skincare? It's kind of a crappy answer because there is no one answer. Cleansers are different than toners. Moisturizers are different too. There's different ingredients and different sourcing. But I am gonna give you a guide on how to figure out if you're getting ripped off or if you're doing well, and what you should pay by percentage. If I tell you you should pay 50 bucks for a moisturizer, that's not gonna help you a lot, because you could be overpaying $50 for a really crappy moisturizer with bad ingredients, or you could be getting a really good deal for some high quality ingredients. The dollar amount doesn't help us here, but the percentage does. For instance, let's say that I want my skincare routine to cost 100 bucks or 500 bucks. What percent should I spend on a cleanser versus a toner versus a moisturizer? And how do I know if I'm actually getting a good deal or if I'm being ripped off by branding? But how much you should really pay depends on what skincare benefits you're looking for and how much the raw materials cost. Again, the actual skincare in the product. And let's actually talk about the pricing on some of those ingredients. Some of the most potent and powerful ingredients are going to be the most expensive. For instance, let's take glycolic acid. It's an amazing AHA acid because it helps exfoliate, it helps refresh and renew the skin, has a really small molecular structure that gets deep into the dermis and actually can help with scars, with pigmentation, etc. But here's the kicker. If you're trying to get a pure quality glycolic acid, it's gonna cost you about 550 bucks per kilogram. 550 bucks per kilogram. On top of that, it has to be shipped as a hazardous material. And this stuff is heavy. So you have to pay a ton of government taxes, fees, and things on top of that just to get it in your lab before you can start mixing and before you can start testing. Let's talk about a good stabilized vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid. Really good for your skin, really healthy, helps anti-aging, helps with collagen production to fight against wrinkles and can help with acne or pigment problems too. 330 bucks per kilogram. That's a pretty penny. But where it gets super serious is your really high quality skincare ingredients such as retinaldehyde. If you're looking for all trans retinal, again retinal with the A, not the O, you're looking at $193 per gram. For 1 gram. For a kilogram, which is 1,000 grams, that's $193,000. Yeah, $193,000 for 1 kilogram. Obviously, if you're trying to purchase skincare ingredients that have retinaldehyde, you're gonna expect to pay a bit more. And I'm actually gonna share an alternative that's, again, shaking up Sephora because literally this purple goop took that $193,000 and made it way cheaper for you, which we're gonna get to in like another minute. But let's also talk about other things, such as even just the base. Obviously, you can't put pure glycolic acid or pure retinaldehyde on your skin. It can be irritating and it'll burn your face off. So what cosmetic companies do is that they suspend them. They put them in a suspension. And even that suspension costs money. Even if it's just basic, cheap, purified water, they gotta mix it in and dilute it. But sometimes they even use things like a high quality aloe vera. And even pure aloe vera can be 50 to 100 bucks per kilogram. It's not cheap. So those raw ingredient prices are reflected in the actual price in a skincare product. So what's a girl supposed to pay? The truth of the matter is the more pure the ingredients, the more you can expect to pay. And the way you figure this out is literally by turning over those products and reading through the ingredients list. We've spoken a little bit about this on the channel before, but ingredients are listed of order of concentration, meaning the first ingredient has the most of it in there. When you're about to buy a product, read through that list. And if you see a bunch of cheap fillers and it costs a little bit more than 20 bucks, you're getting ripped off. But if there's actually quality ingredients, essential oils, extracts, and especially single origin or pure ingredients, you know that you're probably paying for something that's gonna be really good. And if that price reflects what you would expect to pay for it, you know you're in good hands. Now, if you're reading through this ingredient list and you notice that most of the ingredients are fillers, such as propane glycol, a bunch of lauryl sulfates, we're looking at mineral oil, don't even get me started on mineral oil, methylparabens, butylparabens, propylparabens, any kind of parabens, and especially if it's not a sunscreen product, if it has zinc, if it has aluminum, if it has bismuth oxychloride, if it's got a lot of those fillers, you're getting ripped off. Don't expect to pay more than 10 to 20 bucks. But if you are paying $50 or $100 and you notice that your skincare list has got a lot of these fillers, honey, Again, look for active ingredients, look for high quality and even single origin ingredients all throughout the list, and make sure that at the bottom you're still getting some good actives. That's when you know that you're actually getting what you're paying for. So how much does that equate to? Let's break it down by percent. Let's say that you have a skincare budget of $100. You want to break that down by how things are actually going to work on your face. And the most important skincare products in any routine are the moisturizer and the serum. Now, why is that? These are the things that actually sit on your face, your day and your night cream, the stuff that you leave on your skin. The reason why is because this stuff is actually working. Your moisturizer stays on, your serum penetrates, your face masks stay on for 20 minutes while they get stuff into your skin. Your cleanser is important, but it only stays on for a minute or two while you're washing. Your toner is important, but it's really only targeting the pH balance of your skin and probably not delivering as many high quality ingredients. You want 50% of your skincare budget, whether it's $100 or $1,000, to go towards the ingredients that stay on your skin. Your moisturizer, your serum, your day cream, your night cream, stuff like that. Then you want 30% to go towards your toner. Again, a toner is important. It rebalances the skin, it helps other products penetrate more readily. Most help with blackheads and rebalancing the pH. You want to spend 30% of your budget on that toner. Again, make sure you check your toner because if it's full of things like ethyl alcohol, get rid of it, you're being ripped off, it's a filler. But if you see ingredients like aloe vera or witch hazel or fruit extracts or antioxidants, you're in good hands. Kitty, don't scratch on the couch. And your cleanser, although important, should only really take up about 20% of your skincare budget. Because again, you use it to clean your face, to kind of remove whatever was happening throughout the entire day, but it doesn't stay on. And you shouldn't be spending a bunch of money on a product because the truth of the matter is that in 60 seconds while it's on your face, it's got a limited amount of time to work. And when it does come to getting the most for your money and out of your skincare routine, I told you that Sephora is kind of quaking. Olay or Ole Henriksen really shook things up. And the reason why is because they actually launched a product that pretty much meets base price. They're kind of doing the honest thing. And they actually found a plant derivative that really mirrors retinaldehyde, but doesn't cost $193,000 per kilogram. Under a week ago, Ole Henriksen launched the Glow Cycle Retin-ALT Power Serum for day and the Goodnight Glow Retin-ALT Sleeping Cream for night. And this stuff contains a very special ingredient that is a single origin called beYoutiful, and it's mixed in with some AHA acids such as glycolic. It's mixed in with shea butter, which is super moisturizing. Because the thing about beYoutiful is that it is a less expensive alternative to retinaldehyde. Now, there are differences. Retinol is more powerful, but again, with power, it can also cause irritation. beYoutiful, being a plant-derived ingredient, is really gentle on the face. And look at it, it's purple. It literally smells like lemonade, like Beyonce, come to me. They also mixed in glycolic acid, they mixed in lactic acid, they mixed in a bunch of licorice root extracts, sugarcane extracts, lemon extracts, flower extracts, and they put it in a high quality base of shea butter for the night cream, meaning it's not some crappy petroleum derived goop. It's actually shea butter that is hydrating and nourishing to the skin. And this night cream says that it hydrates for 8 hours. The Ole Henriksen Truth Serum is one that I've been using ever since Nikki Tutorials and My Pale Skin talked about it in a video. I've been a diehard. And Sephora.com actually says that the Truth Serum combined with the Glow Cycle Retin-ALT Power Serum can actually make them both more effective. So if you're looking to fight scarring or wrinkles, it might be interesting to play around with and kind of be a chemist in your bathroom as well. Now, this is shaking up all of Sephora because they're essentially launching a very expensive, high quality ingredient for 50 bucks. The night cream is 50, the other one is 58. And when you look at other things at Sephora, like Peter Thomas Roth has a cream that's like 110 bucks. Caudalie has products that range into like 120 or 150. Even Drunk Elephant is topping out at like 70, 80 bucks. And even Sunday Riley, which is a good brand for acne, their stuff is 110 bucks. And I get it, they need to make money. But Ole Henriksen is literally just taking everyone by the shoulders and being like, oh, because they are releasing such high quality ingredients for such little amounts of money. And I mean, when you look at it, also look at the packaging. It's pretty and it's minimal, but it's not fancy. They're not spending a ton of money making sure that this is flashy and holographic. I mean, it is what it is. And because of that, they're able to cut the costs so that you can actually get a quality ingredient that doesn't cost you way more money. So overall, it's shaken, it's quaking, and it's really impressive, especially because when you look at the actual ingredients and when you try to kind of think like a skin scientist, and you think about how much time it took to create, to produce, to manufacture, where they source the things, shipping them over, testing them out clinically, trial and error, you know, paying for the packaging, the design, all that kind of stuff. Probably, I mean, uneducated hypothesis here from someone who knows a little bit about a little something and not much else and needs to learn a lot more. The base cost of producing this is probably 45 bucks. Meaning if they sold this for 45 bucks, they're not even making that much money. And they, of course, have to get into the retailers. The retailer, like Sephora, needs to make a buck or two as well. And they're selling this for $50.58. And these other skincare products like Sunday Riley and Peter Thomas Roth and Caudalie, as good as they might be and as effective as the ingredients might be, they're out here charging you over 100 bucks. And there are options that don't have to cost that much. It's really about reading those ingredient labels, knowing what's in them, and typing into Google how much does glycolic acid cost per kilogram versus how much does petroleum cost per kilogram. And you'll be able to figure out what's actually worth it for you. But my mouth hurts and my brain hurts, and that is the science and the business and the economics of how skincare works and how you should know what to actually pay. Remember, it's about percentage, it's about raw materials, and it's about doing your research. But I really hope that you found this interesting. Let me know, did you find this interesting? Did you know these things? Did you know the business of beauty? And are you interested in more of the business of beauty? Because if you are, I have some really exciting things I'd like to share with you. But if you're not interested, I don't want to bore you, and we could just stick to the cats and the lipstick and the delicious vegan snacks. I'm totally cool with that as well. But in case you're curious, while I was doing research for this video, I also found out how much beauty editors spend on their skincare routines. And I was shocked at the amounts of money that people spend. So I will link you to some really interesting articles, some interesting things that kind of go along with this stuff down below if you want to do some more research. And again, just post a comment and let me know if you want more videos like these. I post videos every Monday and every Thursday, but sometimes you get bonus videos, or sometimes you get a bonus video that I will then delete or a live stream. And if you want to be in the loop to actually ask me questions live or to kind of hang out and see those videos before they disappear, you can hit the ding dong notification bell. Once you have that ding dong bell turned on, when I upload a video, it gives you a notification just like an Instagram like, letting you know that I posted. So make sure you hit that so you don't miss out. And of course, let me know if you enjoyed this and what other videos you want me to create. I will actually be down in the comments talking to you, having a conversation, and maybe some other people, some other commenters can come in and talk about their experience with that product or what the ingredients look like as well. We can all be our own little science ninjas, you know, trying not to get ripped off, trying to get our faces purty and help other people in their quest for amazing but affordable skincare. Oh, I love it. I love you so much. I had a lot of fun researching and filming this, and I cannot wait to see you and your beautiful faces all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.